Hello and welcome back to Stopping the Rot with Liverpool FC on Championship Manager 97-1998, and this is episode 12, where today we start season 2. We've got some transfers. We take on Manchester City in the league, Crystal Palace in the league, and we've also got Spartak Moscow in the Champions League groups. By which point you probably know, if you've been watching up to this point, that we got through Benfica's second qualifier, which was probably expected anyway, but bit of a spoiler. But it's in part of the fixtures and all that. It's in the description below, so it's bit difficult to get away from. But obviously last time out we did take on Benfica's golden generation, LOL, which obviously was Brian Deane and Scott Minto, and Newcastle in the league, which I think we won both games. I think we eked Benfica a little bit. We certainly did the second leg, which we'll get onto in a minute, but let's have a look at what we've done since. So we followed up the Newcastle game with a 2-2 draw against Leeds, and the hoodoo continues. Wordsworth only seems to write his name against us. We took the lead in this game through, I think it was Patrick Berger. We dominated the game. We should have won the game, really. Steven Gerrard actually gave us the lead on 50. No, they took the lead, sorry. Wordsworth gave them the lead on 52 minutes, and we were peppering. We had a goal or two disallowed. That's why I think Berger came to my mind, because he had a goal disallowed, certainly. And yeah, we managed to sort of bounce back immediately. And then we took the lead on 65 minutes. I thought, here we go, cruising. We had a few more chances to kill the game off. Didn't kill the game off, and 90th minute David Hopkins pops up and scores that equaliser, which was very, very annoying. Nigel Martin man of the match, as you'd expect for a goalkeeper keeping out that many shots. We then took on Chelsea. It wasn't as comfortable as the scoreline suggests. They did have a goal ruled out at when we were 1-0 up to make it 1-1, but luckily it was ruled out. Manuel with the hat-trick, Michael Owen and Robbie Fowler with the goals. And you might hear my voice is a little bit better today. I feel a little bit better. I'm still a little bit bunged, but nowhere near as much. I think I'm nearly on the mend. I'm hoping tomorrow, good night's sleep tonight. Tomorrow, back out on the running track. It'll be a Friday for me, so basically one day before what would be my weigh day on Saturday. But I'm giving myself a month off the weigh-in. I'm gonna try and give myself a month to get back to where I was, so I'm not too disheartened, I guess, because I have been eating and drinking crap while I've been ill. I always do. Monsters for breakfast. Lucozade throughout the day, snacks here and there. The actual meals haven't been too bad. It's just been the snacking and stuff in between to make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, we won that 5-1. Sorry, Mark Hughes getting the goal for them. Closer game than 5-1, but we are good enough that we can make a 5-1. I mean, we battered them. They scored with their only 50% of their shots on target. So yeah, what do you say about that? At home, we did actually lose to Benfica, and Brian Deane got 2 goals in this game, which was absolutely disgusting. But as you can see, Prudhomme, man of the match again. We did rotate as much as we could, as where we could. McAteer came in at right back. I didn't put Dyer on. He did come on, didn't do very much. Dakor made his debut at left back, didn't do great. So there's that theory maybe out the window. We brought Redknapp in, Biscold in, Knutson came in, got injured. He's back now. No, he's still out. Fowler came in, didn't do anything this game. Rui Costa come in. A bit of a rotation, not too drastically, but enough that we weren't able to win this game out. And they got Nuno Gomez as a young lad there. Not the best. Anyone else that springs to mind? So I am still a bit phlegmy and froggy in my throat. So yeah, that's what's coming through. And then the final game before today's game was a 1-0 win away to Aston Villa. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, we probably should have done better than we did, but 48 minutes. We had a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities to score, but didn't take any of them. Eventually Owen did just after half-time, 1-0 win. Keeps us in touching distance of Man United. And we'll have a look at the league, the group stage for the Champions League in a minute as well. Obviously, we know we've got Spartak Moscow today. It's not a bad, it's decent. We certainly should be finishing in those top 2 spots, which obviously we need to be careful of, because we need to get enough points that second gets us through, because I think it's first gets through and then a couple of second place best finishes, isn't it? Premier League table, we've got a game in hand on United, which is not today, I don't think, or in these fixtures, but obviously we will be playing it soon. That will bring us, if we win it, back on par with United. Very similar in goal difference as well, pretty much identical records, although obviously with that extra game in hand we could maybe score a few more and obviously concede a little bit more as well. Towards the bottom we've got Barnsley, Newcastle and Villa. So Villa was a tough game for us, but they are struggling this season and we struggled against them. If we go to European competition, Champions League group stages, so that's a very nice. There were some very nice groups in here. I don't know if some bigger teams didn't qualify or something, but I was looking at it thinking I'd like that group. That was one of them. I'd like that group. Maybe Dortmund's place, that'd have been perfect. I mean, Porto pot 4. I assume that's how it's staged. No, it's alphabetical, isn't it? Probably isn't then. Ajax probably would have taken that in place of Ajax. Rangers would be tough, I suppose. They're a good team in this sort of time. Again, 2 French teams in the same group. That's a bit weird. Bayern Munich into that's not one I wanted. Certainly not in Sion's place. Jeez. I mean, Bayern Munich aren't the best in this game, but Inter Milan have got Ronaldo. Normally, he quite often goes to United in a few years. Not wanted yet, but we'll be certainly trying to bring him in at some point if we can. I think he's got to be a target for us to sort of move on to that next level, I say, once we get our reputation up a little bit and get that sort of finances rocking, hopefully. Again, another nice group. 2 Spanish teams. Betis obviously won the UEFA Cup, I think, didn't they? They won something. They've still got some good players in there. Yeah, Barcelona, I think, won the league, as you'd expect. Javari, he's wanted by a few teams. He's transfer listed. I don't think we're interested in him. But Banik Ostrava in there. Apple Nicosia in there. Should be Betis and Barcelona qualification there. And they should be probably racking up a fair decent points total that we need to be wary of. Yeah, so we get Partizan. Obviously, I think they've got Tomic, who we've got our eye on. Yeah, he's injured at the moment. 10 months. Okay, we're definitely not interested in him at the moment. So, yeah, that's for sure. So, he's got injured recently because he is. They got a good player cup tied there. Yeah, I recognise him as. I think he's in Atletico Madrid or Bilbao or someone. But, yeah, Atletico Madrid B. Not Bilbao, obviously, because he's Yugoslavian. Matic, not the Matic, obviously. A bit too young. Yeah, so Partizan, Spartak Moscow. Again, it's a bit like the Barcelona Betis group. You'd think us Juventus probably will be sort of ramping up the pressure on those two and trying to get sort of good points points totals. Let's have a look how their league hasn't started to get an idea. But anyway, let's jump into the game. So we're starting with Man City today. Obviously recently promoted. They're 11th in the league, so good start for them. We didn't play Richard Wright in that Benfica game, which I probably should have done. We'll probably look at it soon. QPR aren't interested in Carragher now on loan, but Crewe, Wimbledon and Oxford are. Wimbledon, if they're still in the Premier League, which they are, might be a good one. League team-wise, I think I set it up okay. We're good to go. Off we go. And hopefully we can get a good start here against the Manx. Obviously Liverpool versus Manchester. Obviously more so Man United because of the success they've had, and in comparison with the league titles and stuff. Man United coming from behind, it was always a bit of a rivalry, but Liverpool Manchester in its own right has its own kind of rivalry. So Everton Man City, fall into that as well. Riedler, nice 21st minute goal. He's still leading the line. We're looking at Britt Honshaw gets a goal as well. We're looking at bringing in Maurice, but I honestly don't know where he's going to play. I think I just kind of want to get him so I've got him ready and maybe ground him in for next season when Riedler maybe will be a bit too old and we will be farming him on. He might even retire, who knows. But Michael Owen makes it 3-0 just before half-time, and this is more like it. Much, much more like it. Charnock, obviously, we released start of last season. He went to Man City, got promoted, so he's obviously doing quite well for them. They've got a Wright in goal as well. Who's the Wright that Man City have got in goal? Tommy Wright. Does he start there? I think he does. Yeah, he does. Phil Charnock, defensive midfielder. He's doing okay, to be fair. We didn't release him. We sold... No, we did... Did we free him? Oh, maybe it's before this game then. He's at Crewe. He's at Liverpool a few years ago. Okay, maybe I thought we freed him, in all honesty. But they got Juve Ross up front, Michael Brown, Van Blurk, Nigel Clough. Some old school names in there. One omission does seem to be Georgie Kinkladze. I don't know if he's injured or they've sold him. Maybe last year, probably. More likely. He's got a big rep and he's always got interest in him. So in the Championship, it's hard to keep hold of him. So let's see, how can we do? In real life, how did Man City do around 97-98? They were in the Championship. Is that the year they got relegated, or is that when they got back up? I don't think it's when they got back up. I think they got relegated around that point. So they went down to Division 2 and had a bit of time down there, and then bounced back up and got to the Premier League, and obviously are now where they are, which is a phenomenal sort of turnaround, really. But Michael Brown's the one that scored the goal against us. That's a bit shit, let's be honest. We're going to bring Rui Costa on for Stevie Mack. And we're going to Billy McDonald for Paul Ince because he's carrying that booking. Just not going to risk it. Just trying to get Kieron Dyer, Billy Mack all up and running with some games just to improve their ability. Kieron Dyer actually got called into the England team recently. So Fowler, I don't know if Owen did, but Thingy did. Fowler did. David James did. But I don't think Owen did. But yeah, Dyer did as well, I think. I don't know if he got capped. We'll have a look at that in a minute. See if he got a cap. Kieron Dyer. 2 caps. He is capped. He's not really playing for us. He's not playing very well when he does, particularly. More often not off the bench. But he's in the England setup. I don't know if it's because they're playing him at left back and they're struggling with a left back. You know, the age-old 90s England problem was, the left back spot. But anyway, we're going to leave that there for now. We're going to come back for the Crystal Palace game, which is probably in a few days. We don't have much rest between games at the moment. But yeah, we'll see you shortly for that Crystal Palace game. Okay, here we are. We're playing on the Sunday. That was a bit more than a click because there was a big international break straight after. So we have had a bit of a rest, but really not because most of our squad do go and play. Now, Michael Owen was in England under 21s, and Kieron Dyer is the first choice England left back. Paul Ince was on the bench. Fowler played. He's on our bench. It's just a very weird situation. Padgett Berger's had his work permit renewed, which was great. I misread it at first and thought it was declined. I was about to absolutely freak out. But fortunately, it has been renewed. And I think we're pretty much good to go. Man United did win their next league game. They beat Villa, bottom of the table Villa 1-0. So they struggled against them as well. And they've just beaten Bolton on the Saturday as well. So there's no game in hand. We've still got the game in hand. We haven't caught up. So we really need now just to win this, just to keep as we are really, and use that game in hand then just to get level with them. I think that gets us level. It doesn't even get us ahead of them. It gets us level from what I recall. But so far so good. Padgett Berger, new work permit. He celebrated with a goal, as you do. But 33 minutes, Palace are sort of coming back into the game themselves here. We're getting a few corners, getting a few attacks. Padovano's in there. I think Lombardo's still in there. I didn't check Man City actually to see what happened with Kincladsey. I meant to have a look. Well, we'll try and have a look in a moment. And 40 minutes just before half time, Crystal Palace make that pressure pay. And I don't know who Rosen is, but he scored a goal. I don't know who he is. He's a right back, so yeah, it makes sense he'd score the goal. Signed from Aberdeen. Now, I don't remember him at Aberdeen. I've managed Aberdeen. Admittedly, it was about 2 years ago during the first lockdown. But I don't remember him being in my team. And so far, this isn't going to plan. This is... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Not only is it not going to plan, it's going the exact opposite. Padovano, I don't think I've ever got a goal out of when I've managed Palace. And I've managed them a few times. Come on. We've got to have something in this team. Right, Riegler's having a stinker, so Robbie Fowler's coming on for him. That's about it, really. Kieron Dyer's going to come on at left back for Lee Hughes. He's having a bit of a bad game. And Honsho's not doing too great either. But then he has let in 2 goals against Crystal Palace. So, can we do something? Can we get back into this game nice and quickly? Kieron Dyer with a chance. We're giving away free kicks. They're just going to... Please don't tell me they're going to beat us 3-1. Are they going to get a third before we get another? Oh, come on. The game's just kind of just dying out in its embers, really. Here, there's not much happening for us. I don't really know where this result has come from, in all honesty. I mean, we didn't turn up, but we seem to be stuttering a little bit more this season already. You know, Benfica game, okay, we rotated, but it was still very... I mean, Palace are doing quite well. So we're down to 4th. Oh, my God. Let's go and have a look at the league table before we go and take on Spartak Moscow. And obviously, we need to sort something out because it's not ideal preparation for a Champions League game. So we're behind Blackburn and Arsenal. So they've all got a game in hand as well. So we could still be 4th even if we win that. Let's say it's the next league game. We all get our games in hand. We could still be 4th. 3 points behind United if we do that, so not great. We have lost our first game of the season. Blackburn, Arsenal, Man United are all still unbeaten. Man City, have they got Kincladsey? It looks like he's been sold. So I presume last season. Let's see if we can find him. Well, we can find him, we just search for him. I'm just intrigued to know where he's gone. He's probably gone to somewhere in Spain, is my guess. Somewhere like... I think in real life, I think he went to Ajax, didn't he? I'm going to say Atletico Madrid. That seems like the sort of signing they'd make back in this sort of time. Valencia, not far off. Went to Spain, 6 million last season. Did very well, not doing quite so well this season. The little Georgian. Simonson's gone to Sheffield United. Obviously would go to Everton in real life. And a bit like Richard Wright was one of those highly touted young English goalkeepers. Didn't quite... He got some time at Everton, but... not really lived up to the hype. There was him, was it Scott Taylor at Arsenal? Was it Scott Taylor? I think it was Scott Taylor. And Richard Wright, obviously again at Arsenal, went to Arsenal from Ipswich, never quite lived up to the hype. But here we are, Champions League day, Spartak Moscow. I think we're just going to Do we change it? Something didn't feel right in that last game, but then we thrashed someone before that. What's the condition? Okay, we've got a little bit, but nothing that would suggest that we're fatigued. May just have to keep an eye on it during the game, but we're away in Russia, so not the easiest start, and obviously they've got some sanctions if we're playing it sort of real time. But Michael Owen finally does, so he scores with his first chance in this game. Where was that against Crystal Palace? Now don't get me wrong, would I rather? Well, we're going to concede from a corner here because that was a mistake. They often quite often lead to goals. But Owen goes up the other end, makes it 2-0. Yeah, so we look like we're cruising a little bit now, hopefully. Hopefully we can keep on that pressure because we were a little bit like this against Benfica and let them back in the game and obviously lost the game. Owen, Berger, I think that was 3-0 before half hour. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we need. Just the tonic we need to bounce back. Obviously, the Premier League is your bread and butter, and obviously that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to stop the rot. But the Champions League is also part of it. You know, Liverpool, Titov. I just saw his name. I don't know where that come from. Very, high demand for Champions League titles. Yeah, I saw Igor Titov. We signed him at, I think it was Salamanca. No, Fulham. Fulham we signed him for and flipped him for a big profit. He did really well when we flipped him for a big profit. It doesn't look quite so good in this version of the game. This save his attributes are obviously like random. And David James has scored an own goal by the looks of it on 50 minutes to let them back in. And obviously, as much as anything, we need the goal difference as much as we might need the points. Ince has gone off. Now, he was also one of the ones I was looking at as being tired. Was he? I can't remember. Was he dropping back? I can't remember. I don't think so. We're going to go with that. Hopefully now we can just... It's an early red card. It's 51 minutes. They've scored and then immediately he's got sent off. Oh, come on, James. We need you to put up a man of the match performance this game now, probably, because enough goalkeepers do it against us. That's it. We need you to make some saves when you maybe shouldn't be. There we go. David James again. Fantastic. That's what we need. Can we hold on? 4-1 I'll take. I don't want to make subs now because I don't want to let another goal in because it will probably happen. Although I do want to take Michael Owen off just for the fitness and side of things, and Berger maybe as well. But hopefully we got a bit of a break. Maybe if we got a decent game next game, we can sort of rotate for that one a little bit. Maybe get the 3 points on the board in the Champions League. But 4-1 win, despite David James's and Paul Ince's best chances to fuck us up. It didn't happen. We hold on. We get the 4-1 win. We get the 3 points. Let's see what Juventus did. 750 grand in the bank. Fantastic. Juventus, unsurprisingly, thump with Robert Pires. Was he playing up front? They got some fantastic players in their squad. Certainly up front. Towards the back, they're a little bit more on the weaker side. I mean, not weak, but I mean, they've got Costacurta in there. He's very good. They got Samo. I mean, no, to be fair, they've got some very good players. But 5-1 win for them. So they will be top of the group, I'm guessing. And goal difference, yes, they will. Robert Pires. Is he playing up front? He's playing up front. Del Piero playing left wing. Pires playing up front and Chiesa playing up front. Right. Zidane playing a withdrawn role. Well, I don't know. I just don't know. They've got Foreman in the bank. But anyway, enough about Juventus. Let's see what we're doing. So he's going to miss 3 games, Paul Ince. And McAteer's going to miss 1. No doubt we've got Juventus next then. Because McAteer will miss that one as well. I'm guessing. Yeah, of course we have. We welcome Juventus to Anfield. So obviously we're going to be about Ince for everyone, but we're going to miss McAteer. No, we don't have bloody Makalele because he's cup tied either. So it'll be Kieron Dyer playing at right back. So next game we got Shawande. We're in September now, so we want to come back in October. We probably will. I think the best bet is probably going to be Juventus, which is still technically in September, but then we can have Barnsley and Arsenal. And obviously Barnsley were good last season at the start, faded off, just survived, and I think they're down the bottom now. And then obviously Arsenal are sort of title contenders at the moment. They wanted, I think that's a good way of going. Rob Jones doing a good job for Arsenal this season. Maybe we should have kept hold of him. Jamie Day, that's someone I do want to try and bring in and nurture as well. But yeah, so we'll do that. We'll come back for the Juventus game, Barnsley and Arsenal. So the old lady, the Tykes, and the Gunners, under who obviously haven't hit the heights they do under Arsene Wenger. Real life. Last season would have been the year they won the title. Obviously, not even close. Arsenal, Man United and Liverpool were contenders, and this season I think this 98-99 will be the Man United treble year. So we're up against it this year with history. So yeah. But if you enjoyed today's video, I didn't mention it at the start, then do smash the like button down below. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel as well. All that fantastic, lovely, usual YouTube stuff. And next week, next episode for the Juventus game. Yeah, until then, I will see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.